Sorry.
No. I'm
we go
sticking
behind
to
you?
everything. No.
Okay.
Is there enough room? No, it's fine. That's better.
That won't last, but we'll give it a shot.
No, but on paper it looks great.
We'll ride that into the dirt. You guys should go. You ready?
Hello and welcome to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. We're coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. I'm Chris Cause, alongside Earl McDonald on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the 1-0 Osceola High School Cowboys visiting the 0-1 Bishop Moore High School Hornets. And we are underway. Kickoff already booted there on the kickoff. Number 24, Garrett Levine, lucky to have the Hornets fall on that one. And we are underway here at Harry Nelson Field at Memorial Stadium. Earl, had a little technical issues, but thank you so much for staying with us. We're going to see two teams possibly going in different directions so far on this young season.
Absolutely. The Bishop Moore Hornets are having some trouble with returners. They've only got 4 returning starters on each side of the ball.
Right here in the first quarter, first play from scrimmage. Immediately brought down behind the line of scrimmage. This game starting a little bit late due to some weather that we had coming through the area, but hey, it is Florida in September.
That's right, and I think that the tackle credit on that one might go to Mother Nature. It looks like he slipped on the wet field. We've had quite a bit of rain in the last few minutes.
That's true. Yeah, in the last hour, we had quite a deluge, plenty of lightning, quite the show heading in. This is second down. Big time gain. And then he dropped it. So quarterback Danny May looking for the deep ball. He wanted to get up early on this one. These two teams met last September. Bishop Moore taking a 14-0 lead before Osceola stormed back. Bishop Moore looking to take a big lead early on that one, but it's dropped by number 4, Trey Anderson there. That'll bring up third down and 11. Ball at the 19-yard line. The teams are backwards. So Osceola in the white and gold. Bishop Moore in the black and gold. A whole lot of gold meeting on the field, and not a great start. Not a great start for the Osceola Cowboys. Not a great start for me so far here in this one either. I think the rain affecting everybody. But right here on the punt is Osceola back to receive. But down goes the punter. The ball comes out. We're still waiting for a call on that. We'll see whether or not. Signal on the field right there is a fumble, but they are going to spot it. No advance on the play. So the punter is taken down here in this one. Early on, a lot of action, a lot of missed action. We're going to reset everything for you right here, right now. 10:40 to go left in the first quarter. Bishop Moore taking their first series on offense. Immediately running it up the middle is Danny May. Trying to take advantage of this great field position based on special teams turnover. So that'll bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of break that Bishop Moore is going to probably need to stay in this game, yielding the experience to Osceola tonight.
Danny May set under center. He's got one wide out to his left. Handoff going backwards before he is gang tackled, right before getting ahead across the 10-yard line. That's number 12, Connor Yan. No, I'm sorry, 21, actually. That's Jack Ramsberger. He's their big returning running back, the senior. In last week's game against the First Academy, he had a 15-yard plunge. So Bishop Moore lining up on third down. One wide out to the right, but this ball will go back to number 5. That's Jamie Keys trying to take it off tackle to the right there.
Yeah, that play looked like a modified end around to Jamie Keys. The previous run was Ramsberger. He's their big star at running back.
So it'll bring up fourth down. Decision time here for Matt Hedrick. But he takes no time in making that decision. He leaves the offense out there on the field. May is going to sit down under center. He brings Keys in motion, and May is going to call timeout. He's going to go ahead and talk this one over with his head coach, Matt Hedrick. All right, plenty of action going on right off the bat here. Slow start in the booth, but we got a fast start on the field.
We did. There was rumor that there was going to be a delay with the weather, and then the game ended up starting either almost on time or just a few minutes late. And in all the confusion, we had a few issues ourselves, but we got it worked out. And in this one, we're going to look for Osceola and their experience. They've actually got 25 seniors on the roster. There are a lot of high schools in Florida that barely have 25 kids on the roster from every grade. So they definitely have the veteran experience. And Bishop Moore's going to have their work cut out for them if they're going to stay in this game. But if they can make a break for themselves here and take advantage of this turnover, they'll be in good shape.
Osceola, the much bigger school here, over 2,500 in their total enrollment. And they are set for a goal line stand here on fourth down. Danny Mays moves the man in motion. He hands it off to number 21. That's Ramsberger. That's going to be good enough to move the chains and get a first down for Bishop Moore. They get their first down of the game. That ball is going to be spotted knocking on the door of the goal line right there, right at about the 1 or 2 yard line. Rolling the dice on fourth down, definitely paying off for Bishop Moore right away. 8:15 left to go here in the first. Denny May slowing things down, but he's going to take it himself on the handoff. Might be a gain of 1 on the play there. How important is it for Bishop Moore to try and jump on this Osceola team right away?
I think it's critical. Yielding so much experience to a bigger school and the size. Osceola's bringing 2 220-pound defensive ends into the game. They're both seniors. They have got to make opportunities and make breaks for themselves and take advantage of any miscues that Osceola makes.
Brings up second down and goal from about the half-yard line. It's Danny May under center. He hands it back to Ramsberger, who's trying to go off tackle to the right, but he is stopped again by that hefty Osceola line. Exactly into the teeth of the defense that you were just talking about, Earl.
Yeah, on the previous play, I think they tried something a little smarter. They lined up with trips to thin out the defense in the box. That didn't pay off, and then they tried with just one wide out with more blockers in the box for them, and that didn't work out either. We'll see what they do here on third down and goal.
So that brings up third down, 6:58 left to go in the first. Bishop Moore again on the doorstep, looking to take an early lead in this one. Trying to take advantage of a great defensive stop on special teams. Again, it's going to be May. He's going to keep it. We're going to look for the signal, waiting for it, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Hornets.
That is exactly what Bishop Moore needed. Taking advantage of the miscue on the snap, on the punt, which may happen more than once tonight with this weather. The ball is going to be slippery, so is the field.
Skies are clear right now, but we had heavy rains for about an hour right before kickoff here. Bishop Moore, kick is up and good. Alex Link delivering there for the 7-0 lead. So with 6:38 left to go in the first, Bishop Moore 7, Osceola 0. These two teams met almost a year ago. Last year it was Osceola winning 42-21. But the difference in that one, Bishop Moore had a 14-0 lead before 4 straight turnovers by Osceola were able to bring them back into this game.
Yeah,
into that game.
And that's going to be a critical example tonight as well, because they've now got a 7-0 lead in the first quarter, and they're going to hope to build on that lead, but they've got to hold the lead by not making miscues. And with a much younger team and in these weather conditions, that may prove to be very difficult.
So Osceola looking to regroup. They almost seem stunned here in this one. They won their opener last week against Ocoee. They are the number 10th ranked team in 7A, according to Max Preps. Even bump up a notch, according to Rivals.com. So again, Bishop Moore ready on the kickoff. Back to receive there for Osceola is Jaquan Jenkins to go on the other side of Devontae Small. Kick is up. Shorter kick. Out of bounds. Not exactly what Bishop Moore and Matt Hedrick was looking for in that one. So give the Cowboys of Osceola good field position, moving them up to the 35-yard line. 6:38 to go here in the first. And Osceola coming up with their second offensive series so far in the game. That's Daquan Harrison under center. He's got a wide to his left, but he hands off to the lead back. Number 4, Stephon McCray. Stephon McCray, definitely the bell cow for the Osceola Cowboys. Last season he had over 1,500 rushing yards. Last week he was also the star of the game. 61 yards rushing last week and a touchdown. That brings up 2nd down and 5 from the 40-yard line. Osceola again handing it off to number 5, Stephon McCray. He's looking to turn the end. He falls down as he heads out of bounds. No, just short of falling out of bounds. That'll keep the clock running and bring up 3rd down. Looks like the ball will be spotted at the Osceola 36-yard line. Sorry, 41-yard line.
Yeah, Chris, I believe that was actually running back Devontae Small. They run 2 running backs that both get a lot of yards this offense.
That indeed was number 5, Devontae Small. Last week, 2 touchdowns for Small against Ocoee. 3rd down here in this one. And we're going to have a timeout. Osceola wants to regroup. Talk a little bit about this 3rd down and 4 coming up. Was Devontae Small. He had 87 yards rushing last week, 2 touchdowns, long run of 49 yards.
Yeah, I think Osceola called the timeout there because I think they don't want to have 2 3-and-outs on their first 2 possessions in a row. I don't think they want to find themselves behind the 8 ball 2 scores like they did last year. Even though they were able to win last year, the 4 turnovers helped with that. They can't count on it.
Certainly not. Although, with the wet field, you might start to count on 4 turnovers.
Absolutely. You never know.
So 3rd down and 4, 5:47 left to go in the first. Daquan Harrison settling in under center. He's got 2 wides to either side. 2 splits on either end of his line. 1 running back behind him. Calling out the signals. Set. Man in motion, but he hands it off to the lead back, who finds his way through trouble up to the 40-yard line. That's number 32, Ladarian Wilson, the freshman. Certainly doesn't look like a freshman at 5'9", 200 pounds, but he brings the ball up to the Bishop Moore 43-yard line and brings up 1st and 10. Daquan Harrison, lots of misdirection off of the snap Gain of about 4 on the play. Daquan Harrison, a converted wide receiver, playing quarterback. But that's for a team that last season only had 14 completed passes all season. So, Earl, we'll probably see a whole lot of the ground game coming up here tonight.
We will. They rushed for over 200 yards in their season opener last week, and they're hoping to do that tonight.
So second down. Harrison again under center. Same formation. Hands it off to his one back. And he finds daylight. He gets tripped up right at the 10-yard line. Trying to look at who actually carried that ball. Yeah. Either way, big game brings Osceola up to the 9-yard line, first and goal. Hands it off to the back. That's number 32, Ladarian Wilson again, the freshman. Little change of pace there in the backfield as Osceola tries to tie this one up with 4:06 left to go in the first. So that'll bring up second and goal from the 5.5, call it. Harrison again under center. That's Ladarian Wilson behind him. 2 wideouts to either side. He fakes the end around. Harrison's going to take it himself for a touchdown. Misdirection again for the Cowboys. As Harrison takes it himself, faking the handoff, going off to the right, getting around that edge, and getting in for pay dirt.
Yeah, it looks like on about 5 different run plays on that drive, they faked a sort of an end-around handoff to Akeel Hamilton, running back number 23. I wonder if they're not thinking that they're setting Bishop Moore up for a big play later with that.
So Nagaris on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Cristiano Nagaris ties this score with 3:39 left to go in the first. All tied up here, 7-7.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports school broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Both teams getting into the end zone here in the first quarter. Last year, the meeting between these two teams, plenty of offense, and we're seeing it again here tonight. The score is 7-7 with 3:39 left to go in the first. So it's number 34, Marcus Williams. On the return right there, he brings it up just past the 20-yard line for Bishop Moore. Just ahead of the 20-yard line. That's where they'll take over. 1st and 10 with 3:28 to go here in the first. Bishop Moore losing their opening game last week to the First Academy. They lost last week 38-14. They were only down 14-7 at halftime, so they want to make sure that they are not down at all in this one. First down. This time, May handing it off to Ramsberger, going straight up the middle there on that one. Gain of about 4 on the play brings up 2nd down and 6 from the 25-yard line of Bishop Moore. 3:04 left to go here in the first. Danny May checking the play from the sideline. He brings it on into the huddle, and they break it up. He settles in under center. The wide out to each side. Number 5, Jamie Keys going in motion. But it ends up being the end around from the other side. Ramsberger there on the carry. That'll be good enough for a first down for the Hornets. They take it across the 36-yard line. That's where they'll set up 1st and 10 with 2:32 left to go in this one.
And that's typical of Bishop Moore. They tend to be an overachieving team, yielding experience and size, but playing their hearts out.
They sure are here early on in this one. Again, it's Keys in motion. But that's all for show as Ramsberger gets the handoff from May. Stopped immediately. Maybe a gain of, call it 1. Up to the 37-yard line, 2nd and 9. 1:55 left to go in the first.
Yeah, Bishop Moore does not seem to be intimidated at all by the two 220-pound defensive ends that would ordinarily stop the running game of a team smaller than them, like Bishop Moore is. They just keep running the ball right at them, and Ramsberger's been getting yards.
Plenty of returners on defense for the Cowboys. They returned 7 starters from last season. But here, May is going to pass. He's going to look. He's got a man open. Briefly, it was number 4 open, Trey Anderson. Ball up there for a while. Both teams really having a chance at that one. Had to make the Hornet faithful a little nervous there on that pass. Brings up 3rd and 9 to go.
Yeah, we might see better luck with their passing games later in the game as the field and the ball start to dry out a little bit. But any passes early on are going to be a bit of a gamble.
That ball almost going straight up into the air before falling down incomplete. But that stops the clock. 1:27 to go in the first. 3rd and 9 on Bishop Moore's own 37-yard line. This time, the handoff goes to number 5, Jamie Keys, coming across in motion, and he is stopped, swarmed down by the Cowboy defense. Off to the left. That's going to be a loss on the play, loss of about 4, taking it back down to the 32-yard line and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they put Keys in motion several times and done nothing with him. I think they were hoping that Osceola wouldn't be ready for it, but they were.
So number 17, Matt Finn on for the punt. Kick is up, is good. Number 3, Hassan Childs there on the return. About 5 yards on that return, bringing it up almost to midfield, just short to about the 44-yard line. That's where the Cowboys will take over with 42 seconds left to go in the first quarter as we are tied up 7-7.
Yeah, Hassan Childs actually had a return for a TD last week. I'm sure he was hoping to get another one there, but he only got a few yards out of it.
So the Cowboys with their 3rd offensive series so far here in this one. Harrison again under center. He's going to hand it off to his lead back straight up the middle. Looks again, number 32, Ladarian Wilson. Are you surprised to see so much action for a freshman this early on in the season?
A little bit with the with all the seniors they've got at running back. I thought they'd be depending more on them, but I think they're looking to solidify their future and break in this freshman a little bit.
Well, when you have a 200-pound freshman, definitely want to get him seasoned. 2nd down and 6 with 12 seconds left to go. Again, it's Wilson. But he is stopped for almost no gain, maybe a gain of about a half a yard there in that one. Right there at midfield. And that will do it for the first quarter. So through 1 here at Harry Nelson Field at Memorial Stadium at Bishop Moore High School. Your score is Bishop Moore 7, Osceola 7, right here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. So we expected to see a whole lot of rushing so far here tonight, and we have not been disappointed by either team.
Exactly. We've seen almost all running plays by both teams. They've each tried a pass, and they've each found that incomplete. Again, the ball and the field still very wet from all the rain we had earlier. But it looks like they're willing to try and air it out. Maybe they'll try and air it out more in the second quarter. We'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully, as the field dries out, the windows here have dried out in the press box, making it a little easier to see. Here we are on third down. 5 to go for the Cowboys. That's number 5 going around the right side. Number 5, Devontae Small. We'll see where they spot this ball. That is going to be good enough for a Cowboy first down. That'll move the chains as we are underway here in the second quarter. Cowboys almost seemed shocked to be down 7-0 as early as they were off of that miscue on the punt. Looking to regroup, get back on track here. Harrison calling out the plays to either side. Wideouts on either side, but he's going to hand it off. Again, it's the big freshman, Ladarian Wilson, number 32. But the Hornets are ready for it. They stop him just at the line of scrimmage right there at the 40-yard line. Call it maybe a gain of a half a yard at most. So second down and 9 officially. 11 minutes left to go here in first half. Harrison staying exclusively under center. Doing an awful lot of handing off from that position. This time, fake an end around. Then it goes to that end around. That's number 5, Devontae Small. They've been working Wilson enough inside. They fake the handoff to him. Pitch it back to Wilson. I'm sorry, no, they pitch it back to Small. Wilson there on the fake. So many rushing options for the Cowboys. That'll bring up third down and 2 with 10:17 left to go in the second quarter. Again, in the same formation. 2 wides to either side. This time it goes to Wilson. Up the middle, off to the left. He's gang tackled short of the first down. Eventually trying to work his way forward. We'll see where they spot this ball. And it's good enough for a Cowboy first down. Looked like the second effort, maybe even his teammates whipping him forward was good enough for the first down there.
Exactly. I think one of the officials might have thought the play was dead, but the other officials let the play go, and the second effort definitely got the first down.
Never stop. Never stop the legs from driving. That's right. So that brings up first down at the Bishop Moore 31-yard line. Cowboys trying to look for a big sustained drive here on the ground. 9:30 left to go in the second. Again, it's the handoff to Wilson, but he is swarmed over to the left, and a fumble. Bishop Moore thinks they have it. They're pumped up. Wilson on the fumble. Second turnover of the game for the Hornets. Big momentum shift right there. It looked like Osceola was finally setting in, trying to get their offense on track. And the freshman puts the ball on the ground.
Yeah, they were in the midst of putting together a nice second drive after the first scoring drive they had after the miscue on the punt on the first possession.
So first and 10 for the Hornets, coming up at their own 27-yard line. Run straight up the middle right there. As they pick apart the pile there. Again, this time it is Colton Yan on the carry. Usually split out wide for Colton Yan. He had a 37-yard touchdown last week in the loss to the First Academy, but this time he takes it straight up the middle for about a 1-yard gain. That brings up second down and 9. 8:39 left to go in the second quarter. This time May is going to pass. It's complete. Number 4 shedding his tackler. That's Trey Anderson. And he's going to take it out of bounds almost to midfield. Bishop Moore is fired up as they complete the pass right there.
Absolutely. That's the first completed pass we've seen of the night. It looked good. Trey Anderson made a great jumping catch and was able to easily get the first down and about 8 yards extra on top of it.
Gain of about 21 yards there on that one. Looks like we had a flag there on the end of that play right there. So it's going to be even more for Bishop Moore. At the end of the play, we had a personal foul against the Osceola Cowboys. Did look like there was a little pushing and shoving there at the end of that play. Trey Anderson went out of bounds.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of activity after the whistle on a couple plays, and this time the refs went ahead and called one. And that's the kind of thing that Osceola cannot afford. They have an advantage in size and age. They can't give away yards.
So it brings up 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Osceola. Bishop Moore on the march off of the turnover. This time it's Ramsberger off to the left before he is knocked out of bounds. Jack Ramsberger one more time, keeping this march alive. Looking like the fans of Bishop Moore wanted a flag again on that one. He was out of bounds, got another hit, little low on that hit. But he's knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So Danny May settling in under center. He's going to keep it himself. Danny May on the keeper, bringing about 2 yards there on that gain. And that is going to be good enough to move the chains one more time for the Hornets. How fast momentum can change here in this matchup.
Yeah, the coaching staff for Osceola, specifically head coach Doug Nichols, has got to be furious about that personal foul. It's one thing to have a turnover, but then to follow it up almost immediately with a personal foul, an extra 15 is too much.
The big play, the turnover, and again, another big gain. 1st and 10, it's Ramsberger again. Looking to go left, he cuts it back. He'll be taken down at about the 25-yard line. Good for about a 4-yard gain there on that one. Bringing up 3rd down and 6 at the 25-yard line.
And the Hornets keep using Jamie Keys as a misdirection guy. He's a running back and a wide receiver, and they keep putting him in motion. I wonder if at some point they're going to give him another carry out of there.
It is 2nd down and 6. Danny May, 2 wideouts, 1 to each side. He's going to look for one. He goes off to the right. That's number 4, Trey Anderson. That's going to be a ball very close to the 1st down marker. Really quick slant there. You saw Anderson pinching in. May wasting no time for the completion there on that one. We're going to go ahead and measure this one. Referee want to take a look at it.
Yeah, it looks to me like Coach Hendrick for Bishop Moore calls his quarterback over quite a bit to get the play in. And I think Coach Hendrick at some point noticed that the corners were playing pretty far off. And so that's when he started to open up some quick slants, and he's gotten a couple of big plays out of those quick passes.
Already on this drive, 2 completed passes. Danny May 2 for 2 on this drive. We've seen plenty of Ramsberger as well. So that is going to be just short, looks like. They're going to bring up 3rd down and inches from just inside the 20-yard line of the Cowboys. 6:47 left to go. From what we've seen so far, this has got May keeper written all over it, doesn't it?
It certainly does. I think he's going to take it and just run right up the middle and stay away from those big defensive ends.
Want to be able to call our shot here in the booth, too. See whether or not we've been watching the same game. May under center in the jumbo package. He's going to go with the handoff. Off to the left side. It's number 5, Jamie Keys. The man in motion stays in motion for a touchdown.
Yeah, we talked about it. We said they might use him when he'd been used as a misdirection on many, many plays in this first half. And that time, it wasn't a misdirection. He got the ball. Everybody else on the Osceola roster was looking for Danny May to keep it, and he didn't.
They certainly have been setting that up, waiting for that big play to happen. You called that earlier, Earl. So Matt Finn back on the extra point. Kick is up and good. And that gives the Bishop Moore Hornets a 14-7 lead over the Osceola Cowboys with 6:28 left to go in the first half. So typically you see the run setting up the pass. We saw that for a little bit on that drive, but then it ended up being the pass setting up the run.
It did. They kept, like I say, number 5, Jamie Keys, for the Hornets, is a running back and a bit of a wide receiver. He's lined up in both positions several times tonight, and they've put him in motion running right behind the line about 10 times prior to that play, and this time they handed it to him, and the entire Osceola Cowboys team was looking for May, and they missed it.
Early on, Bishop Moore taking a 14-7 lead. Last week they were down 14-7 before they gave up scores on 4 straight possessions in the second half to the First Academy. The Hornets making sure that they go the other direction here on Osceola. Osceola has to be back on their heels right now. Big, long, sustained drive. All of a sudden, the fumble, boom. Bishop Moore taking advantage, put the points up on the board.
They are, and that's what they need, but Osceola's got 25 seniors. They're not gone yet.
So Brad Williams is on for the kick. It's a short kick up ahead. Some confusion there on the return team on the short kick by Osceola, but they will take over on their own 33-yard line with 6:25 left to go here in the second.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
So Daquan Harrison leading the Cowboys back out onto the field. This time the run goes off to the left. Pull apart the pile. It's number 4, Stephon McCray. Stephon McCray, in the meeting last season between Bishop Moore and Osceola, he had a big game, 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's been almost absent so far in this one. We expect to see a heavy dose of the senior, but that has just not been the plan so far. Not sure if there was an injury involved. So far it's been a lot of the freshman, but he fumbled, so he's out, and in on the handoff there on this one is number 5, Devontae Small. It's almost running back by committee, but a very large committee for the Osceola Cowboys.
It is very large in number and in size. Several of these backs are 200 pounds.
So that will bring up third down and about 6 yards to go here from the 37-yard line. Bishop Moore looking for a big defensive stand, keep momentum. Handoff goes inside. It's going to be stopped short. Again, that's the big freshman. Nope, that time, no, it was 4. It was Stephon McCray. Osceola trying to go back to what they do best, handing it off to Stephon McCray. But he's going to be a little short. So it's decision time for the Osceola Cowboys. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much of a decision. The offense staying on the field the entire time. 4th down and 2 from the 41-yard line. Osceola trying to stay on the field. Down 7 points here with 4:39 left to go in the second. And they are going to call a timeout and talk this one over.
Yeah, I wonder if Osceola was just hoping to draw an offsides or something, because they are on their own side of the 50. They're back around the 40, in fact. Going for it here is very risky. If they don't get it, and Bishop Moore gets great field position, they could be in trouble in this early in the game.
They may be thinking back to that early punt that was already dropped. So technically a turnover on downs, not exactly a turnover. Feels like a turnover after that big a loss on the play.
Sure.
But it will be the punting unit that will come back on after discussing Doug Nichols changing his mind there. Didn't look like Harrison was doing too much to try and draw him off sides.
No, it looks like they were just thinking about going for it, but they've changed their mind now.
So Cristiano Nogueras on the punt. Back deep for Bishop Moore. It's number 4, Trey Anderson. He's going to chase it down, but he's going to let it drop. Bounces at about the 27-yard line, bouncing straight up. And that is where Bishop Moore will take over. 4:29 left to go in the second. Bishop Moore already leading by 7, looking to add to their 7-point lead. Plenty of energy here in this crowd. This Bishop Moore crowd didn't come here to see a blowout. They had to drive through a heavy rain. They are looking to see a plenty competitive ball game here tonight.
That's right. Like I said, they've been an overachieving team. They've won their division 3 years in a row, even though last year they went up to 5A, and they still won the division. As their first year in 5A, they still won the division, and they're hoping to have a performance equal to that this season.
Bishop Moore taking over on their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Danny May. Nifty little run right there. And again, a little pushing and shoving. The officials looking to gain control here in this one. So Danny May is going to keep it himself right there. Gain of about 4, call it. Up to the 31-yard line.
And that touchdown run by Keys earlier looks like it's woken up Osceola. Now they've got to pay attention to Keys when he runs in motion like he did there, and that helped him get 5 yards.
The body language on Osceola almost looks shocked. They are back on their heels. They can't believe this is happening this early. Team that won big in their first game. Down 7 here in the second quarter. The pitch back from May to number 5. That's Jamie Keys again. This time he's chased down by the Cowboys defense. Brought down by the big defensive end, Peter Bailey. 6'3", 215. Actually 220. 220-pound senior. One of those 220-pounders you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's a good size for a defensive end at almost any level. It's particularly large for high school.
So it brings up 3rd down for the Hornets at their own 30-yard line. They've got to get up to about the 41-yard line. No, excuse me, the 36-yard line. But Bishop Moore is going to go ahead and talk this one over. They called a timeout? Looks like they were calling a timeout. I heard a whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the officials just needed a second to correct something, or maybe they had to change the play clock or the game clock.
All right, so they're going to roll that clock. 2:30 left to go here in the second quarter. Danny May on the sideline talking to his head coach, Matt Hedrick. Trying to figure out which play to call here. 3rd down. And it looks like 5. So now we're going to stop the clock again. 2nd down and 2:15. We're going to wind the clock again. We're stopping the clock. Wind the clock. We stop the clock.
The officials are all talking to each other and to the head coach of Bishop Moore. And now the teams are coming to the sideline. So now there's definitely a stoppage of play. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
So if you're Bishop Moore, you got a little bit of a decision to make here. Do you stay conservative, try and play the field position game heading into halftime, keeping an eye on that clock with 2:10 left to go, or do you try and pour it on, keep this drive alive, and try and take an even bigger lead into halftime?
Well, they're on their own 30. I think what we might see here is a somewhat conservative play, maybe a draw or another run play with some misdirection. And if they can get the first down, then they might get aggressive and see if they can get some points before the half. If they can't, then they're going to sit on it, eat the clock as much as they can, let it roll, and then try and punt it as far as they can, I think.
So the ball spotted just inside Bishop Moore's own 30-yard line. They've got to cross the 36-yard line for a first down. And the Hornets have decided what play to call here. Danny May settling in under center. He's got two wides to either side. One back with him. Number 5, Jamie Keys, moving in motion. But this ball is going to go to Ramsberger. Jack Ramsberger trying to take that conservative play up the middle. Is it going to be good enough? It's going to be stopped just short of the first down. The officials deciding whether or not they want to take a look at it. And now they're going to mark it as a first down. Hornets. So the clock starts to roll again. 2:03 left to go in the first half. Exactly the conservative kind of play you were talking about, Earl.
Yep, but let's see if they get more aggressive now and see if they can get in at least field goal range to put some more points up before the half expires.
Move the chains up to the 36-yard line. Mays in a jumbo package right there. More of that misdirection. This time again, it's Keys. Almost the exact same play we saw on the touchdown. Plenty of size up front there blocking as Keys takes that ball from in motion. Goes off to the left side. Bring up second down. Ball's going to be spotted just across the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line.
Well, Bishop Moore keeps getting yards, but they don't seem to have a sense of urgency like they're running a 2-minute drill. So I'm not sure if they're just hoping to keep the drive alive to get to the half or if they're hoping to get some points out of this or not.
1:03 left to go here in this first half. Osceola letting them run the clock down. They don't seem to be too urgent either. Second down. This time, May is going to keep it himself. That's going to get even closer in midfield up to about the 44.5-yard line. They've got to get to the 46 for a first down. But again, that clock continues to roll. 33 seconds left to go in the first. Not to repeat, but you were talking about sense of urgency that is lacking almost on both sides. Osceola seems to be relieved that they are not going to have to play too many more plays here.
I think they are. Osceola's thrilled that Danny May is still on the sideline talking to his coach as the clock kicks down to single digits.
So 7 seconds left to go. Looks like we're going to call a timeout. We're going to have enough time for one more play here in the first half of football between Bishop Moore and Osceola. Bishop Moore with a 7-point lead, 14-7 so far in the second quarter. Don't forget to stick around for our halftime show coming up just after the halftime. Good place for it right there in the halftime show is right in the halftime, isn't it?
That's where I would put it.
That's, you know.
Yeah, the old saying in football is when asked how many points you need more than the other guy. And I would think they would try to put themselves in position to get some points on the board. They're driving the ball well. I don't know why they were content to just run the ball up the middle a couple times there.
So it looks like time enough for one play, but the jumbo package is in there, and May is just going to go ahead and kneel it as Bishop Moore happy with a 7-point lead. So they head into halftime at the end of the first half with the Bishop Moore Hornets leading the Osceola Cowboys by a score of 14-7. We'll be right back on the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from
He
Dion.
took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
Holy cow!
can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons wins. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot. Kept alive. Back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
But this is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting into Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own, shoots and scores, bounces a shot home. Coos can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it. A fantastic finish to this game. And, well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow.
Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter sits under center in a tight wing formation. Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run. Breaks through. 4 tackles. And now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
Keep those Lowell fans quiet over there.
Lum sets it up to Pang. Long, it's out. Low, a magnificent 7 titles in the San Francisco section in dramatic style as they pull out a fantastic victory over a spirited Galileo Lions team. They win the 4th game, 31-29, and they take the 2012 Academic Athletic Association San Francisco section title.
Officials say no 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side. Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20, with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21-20.
Already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh, boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchen in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve. Championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity. Look for Wallace. No, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match.
Kathleen Wallace. No better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader.
25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace, 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the D5 title.
To the backfield, it's Hernandez and Northcutt. Set to throw is Thomas, has time, goes for the home run. It's intercepted in the end zone. Seemed like they tried to go to Martin, and Martin slipped. Stockton Hilmar and Escalon. That's going to do it, folks. Victory formation, take a kneel. The clock comes out. The clock will tick down. The players jumping up at midfield. I think I see a Gatorade. Did we have a Gatorade shower?
We most certainly did. Casey Taylor getting the shower there. Very much deserved.
Down to 12.
Great tackle there by Ronald Williams there to make the stop for Helix.
And the Helix fans are starting to celebrate here. This is going to be the final play. 5 seconds. Pow will hand it off. And they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. That's Keegan who gets in, but that's going to be the end of the ball game. 44-6 will be the score. So Oceanside scores on the final play of the ball game.
And gets a consolation prize just to make this is kind of say that, hey, we didn't get shut out.
So 44-6 is your score. And Helix is celebrating on the sideline. Oceanside streak of 7 straight championship games has been ended.
2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Clock rolling, 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Dylan, he's got time, steps up. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a man open. Seth Collins with a diving catch. He hauls it in at the 25. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you right there. Dylan goes to show why he is a Division I prospect as he's able to step up, elude the pressure, see Collins down the field, and make the connection. As I'll tell you right now, there has not been a bigger catch for Seth Collins this entire season.
Fans nervously wait on the far side. Trips right. Vernon, the lone receiver to the left. Troy Zine rolls right. Here we go. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets away, but can't get away from the second slew. Vacaville takes over on downs, and the crowd erupts. So does the sideline. Got to watch it. Got to watch the sideline here.
Yeah,
Remember,
really
they were up
stepped up.
35-26. 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's going to do it, folks. Your 2011 Division II Sac Joaquin Section champions, the Vacaville Bulldogs. They win 39-35 in a classic.
Although they have no timeouts, they'll get the ball on the sideline, try to set something up. They can get a couple dribbles and a shot.
And I tell you what, that was a gutsy call there by Coach Aguiar. Oh, what a shot! I tell you what, Javier Kirksey, from well beyond the three-point mark, takes the inbound pass, throws it up off the glass, and nails a three. And you've got the finish to this Cinderella story as the Ridgeview Wolfpack win the Division III boys title 43-40. And what
Caroline Martin to serve. Is 3rd time the charm for Palo Alto. Martin over, dug by Irvin. Lauren, backside, Bedard Ghani, long, and that's the ball game. And Palo Alto comes from behind. They were down 13-8 in Game 5. They win it 17-15.
Koenig, who will continue to play baseball at the next level. He is going to Central Arizona. About 45 minutes outside Phoenix and Coolidge.
This pitch is hit in the 5-5 hole. Nice grab and throw over to first base. Ori Wofford. Full extension dive to his right and gets Tillinghast by a step.
3-point game.
Down to 5 seconds. Wilson from straight away fires a 3. Go! And that will send it to overtime as Wilson drains the 3 at the buzzer.
Straight on look, and he got it for that big bucket.
Jones, long outlet. January's got an opening. January with the left hand.
Can't leave him in a lane like that to the basket. He'll put it right through it. And that's what he did that time with the strong dunk.
He brought the house down with that one.
Now 2nd and 13 for the Dons from their own 24-yard line. Bogart's 3-step drop now flushed out. He's rolling to his right, looking downfield.
Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you from Harry Nelson Field at Memorial Stadium in Orlando, Florida. I'm Chris Cause with Earl McDonald. Our halftime score is the Bishop Moore Hornets 14 and the Osceola Cowboys 7. So far in this one, we've seen a whole lot of running, some flurries of excitement going back and forth, big-time turnovers keying this one as Bishop Moore has a 7-point lead.
They do have a 7-point lead, and I think on paper they have a disadvantage. They're yielding size, they're yielding numbers, they're yielding experience. But as I said in the first half, they have historically been an overachieving team. They play up, and they're playing up tonight, and they've taken advantage of 2 miscues, one missed snap on a punt and one outright turnover by Osceola, and that's given them the lead. But at the end of the first half, they got a little bit conservative and were content to take a knee instead of trying to get a couple more yards to get themselves in position, maybe for a field goal. And I hope that that doesn't come back and bite them in the second half, because a 7-point lead is probably not going to be enough in the second half here.
Quarterback Danny May with 1 touchdown. Jamie Keys, the other touchdown for Bishop Moore. Daquan Harrison on the keeper for Osceola, providing the scoring for them. So we'll see whether or not missed opportunity for Bishop Moore comes back to haunt them here in the second half. That's going to do it for the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Friday Night Football will return in just a few moments with the start of the second half right here in your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at
.3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons wins. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send...
You're watching PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football live from Orlando, Florida. I'm Chris Cause with Earl McDonald. We are just about to start the second half with the Bishop Moore Hornets up 14-7 on the Osceola Cowboys. Osceola opening up the game with their first possession, so Bishop Moore will take it first here in the second half. That may be why they were so conservative at the end of the first half, knowing that they were going to get the ball to start off the second half. But right off the bat here, number 17, Cristiano Nogueras with the touchback for the Cowboys. We were watching him here at halftime. He was staying limber, getting that touchback ready to go as Bishop Moore takes over from their own 20-yard line to start the second half. Matt Hedrick has to be pleased with the effort so far by the Hornets. We'll see if they continue a methodical pace that they continued here in the first half as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, 2 wides from either side. Again, it's Keys on the fake on the end around as the handoff goes to Jack Ramsberger. Ramsberger taking it up the middle, seeing an awful lot of that play as Jamie Keys comes off of the wideout position, either faking the end around or taking it like he took for that touchdown.
Yeah, he's taken the handoff twice. Both times were positive plays. One of them was about a 5-yard carry that set up a first down conversion earlier in the first half, and the other went all the way for a touchdown.
So that'll bring up second down, 4 to go at the 26-yard line. Bishop Moore at their own 26-yard line. This time it's going to be May keeping the ball, heading up into the line of scrimmage, immediately stopped by the Cowboys. Too much size up front. Drop him immediately. Now they're going to give him about a yard gain there on that one. So that will bring up third down and 3 to go from the 27-yard line. Seeing another round of lightning out in the distance. Hopefully that will not disrupt play as Danny May brings the sideline or brings the play in from the sideline. Hornets breaking the huddle again. This time 1 wide out to the right. That's Trey Anderson. Now switching the formation either side. May handing it off to Keys. He's been the favorite target so far. And that's good enough for a Hornet first down. Ball up to the 35-yard line. Whole lot of misdirection right before the snap. Osceola leaving the hole. Keys able to find that room.
Yeah, and I noticed with Bishop Moore, Danny Mays comes over to the sideline for every play, gets the new play from his coach, dries his hands on a towel, and then runs back to the huddle and lets the team know what they're doing. That probably explains the fact that they were able to complete some passes in the first half while Osceola couldn't.
He's got 2 completions so far here in this one. New set of downs at the 35-yard line for Bishop Moore. 9:43 left to go in the third quarter, and a fumble. This time it's Jack Ramsberger putting the ball down, but Bishop Moore looks like they are able to maintain possession there on that one. Pile getting picked apart right there. Ramsberger lucky to maintain possession there on that one. So second down and 10. Bishop Moore falling on the football right at the line of scrimmage. Again, Danny May coming in from the sideline with the play. And he settles back down under center. It's that same 1 wide formation. Moore's misdirection as Keys takes it off to the left. But this time the Cowboys ready for it over there on that left side. No blockers ahead of him. It was Keys all by himself against about 4 or 5 Cowboys, and he's taken down for a loss at about the 32-yard line. Loss of about 2 on the play.
Well, with them needing 12 yards, I'd be interested to see if they go back to the air this time. Cornerback Hassan Childs has been playing off of receiver Trey Anderson like he was earlier, and that's what set up some of those quick slants. Be interesting to see if they go to the air here on 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 3rd and 13 at the 33-yard line. Again, it's Keys in motion, but May is going to drop back to pass. He rolls out to the right, looking, and he's going to run out of bounds just short of the original line of scrimmage. He's going to be chased out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Nobody open downfield for him. He just runs out of bounds and lets the punting unit come back onto the field. So you were right. taking the opportunity to pass there on that one on third down, 3rd and 13. Just nobody open. Cowboys expecting it. So Matt Finn on for the punt. 2 Cowboys back to receive. Good punt right here. And it's going to be fielded by number 8, C.C. Smithson. Couple of yards there on the return. Brings it up to the 40-yard line. 7:37 left to go in the third quarter. That's where the Cowboys will have their first possession here in the second half. Can't imagine that head coach Doug Nichols too happy with his team's performance in the first half. We'll see how they flash it here in the second half. So it's Daquan Harrison handing off right away. Number 4, Stephon McCray, taking matters into his own hands for the touchdown. McCray, 60 yards on the first play of the second half for Osceola. That brings them within 1, 14-13.
Yeah, they lined up that time in a traditional I formation, and I don't recall seeing them line up in that exact formation in the first half. And I think that Bishop Moore was looking for it to go to the deep back, the tailback, and when they handed it to the up back, he just took off, found a hole, and never looked back.
On for the extra point, Cristiano Nogueras. Oh, flags on the play. Relatively clean game so far from a penalty standpoint. It's going to be offsides on Bishop Moore. We'll see if we'll keep the points. Re-kick. Penalty is declined.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. It was a pretty clean half, although there was a lot of plays where the players were playing through the whistle, as my old coach would say, and some of the through the whistle led to after the whistle.
So it's going to be re-kicked, but this time the fake on the extra point is going to be foiled. It's number 15, Dominic Lee, the holder, picking it up, trying to get to his left to go for 2 there. That's going to leave the Cowboys short. So with 7:27 left in the third, Bishop Moore holds on to a 1-point lead, 14-13. Earl, little aggressive right there early in the third quarter?
That is a bit aggressive. It seems to me that they've got a decent kicking game and could have easily scored the 1 point for the tie, and I think that's what they should have done.
We watched Cristiano Nogueras, the kicker for Bishop Moore. He was booming 45-yarders there at halftime. So if this game stays close, you got to think Bishop Moore, plenty of confidence. I'm sorry, it's Cristiano Nogueras, the kicker there for Osceola. So maybe they just know if they keep it close, they'll be able to go ahead and kick a long field goal and get it through.
That could be it, but I still think that may be a mistake.
So Nogueras on the kickoff. He's going to send it back to Bishop Moore. That's Jack Ramsberger on the return. Both teams with strong kicking games. A lot of confidence if this game stays as close as it is. 1-point game here with 7:20 left to go. It was Alex Link that we were watching boom 45-yarders during halftime. Pretty impressive.
It was, which was why Chris, you and I discussed at halftime during the break that they should have gotten themselves into better position and gone for that extra 3 points.
Didn't seem like they need a whole lot in field position to go ahead and try a long one. But Bishop Moore taking over on offense, and this time they're going to throw right off the bat on first down. It's May looking deep to number 4, but it's intercepted. Number 3, Hassan Childs, there with the interception. He'll take it back to the 40-yard line of Bishop Moore. And that's exactly the kind of momentum shift that Osceola took advantage of last season in the matchup with Bishop Moore.
That's exactly right. That's how it went down last year. Bishop Moore had the early lead and was not able to hold it due to turnovers. That's the first major miscue for Bishop Moore, but it comes at a critical time, right when Osceola had just gotten back within 1 point.
So each team with a turnover. Osceola had that turnover on downs after a long drop of the punter. Felt like a turnover. It was not actually a turnover. We had a flag down on the field right here on first down at the 41-yard line of Bishop Moore. Waiting for the call. Now we're just going to go ahead and pick it up. Just want to get a little air for the hanky right there in the third quarter. 7:03 left to go. It's Daquan Harrison looking deep. He's got a man open. It's number 85. The Cowboys completing the touchdown. Daquan Harrison wasting no time. Complete to Santiago Hoffman. There he is. Santiago Hoffman coming into the game with a touchdown in last week's game. He had a catch in last week's game, one catch. This time he gets the long touchdown.
Well, with Santiago Hoffman at 6'3", 190, you'd think of him as more of a possession receiver, short yardage guy, but he showed some big legs on that with speed on that play there.
The Cowboys looking to get those points back, and they do off of the missed two-point conversion on the last possession. Here, they take those points back, completing the two-point conversion, and that's going to move them ahead 21-14. No, that was not a two-point conversion. I guess they're going to call Santiago. They're calling Santiago Hoffman down just before the touchdown. I saw the signal from the referees. And now we're going to go ahead and call that a touchdown. So that touchdown taken away from Santiago Hoffman. He just gets the deep completion right there on the doorstep, tackled right before he got into the end zone. So now the Cowboys were able to stuff it in on their next play. That will bring up a second two-point conversion here attempt in 2 tries. 19-14 is your score with 6:29 left to go. I saw the signal from the referee calling touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. From my angle in the press box, it's tough, but it certainly looked like he scored. I'm not sure what the
maybe he's
called or what happened.
He's airing out the hankies. He's airing out the pits. Can't be tricking us up here in the booth. So Osceola with the two-point conversion attempt right here. They're going to go backwards to number 5, Devontae Small. He's going to get around the end and get it in for the two-point conversion. That is good. So with 6:24 left to go in this one, 21-14, Osceola has taken the lead.
Apparently we knew it was going to happen. We just didn't know how.
That's just it.
We're the broadcasters that predict the future.
Here I was foolishly going with the touchdown signal by the referee. Silly me. So just like that, Osceola in 2 big plays, the big-time run on their first play of the second half from Stephon McCray, the big, long 60-yard run. They follow it up with a completion for Daquan Harrison to Santiago Hoffman. He's tackled right there at the 1. They were able to ram it in for the touchdown as Osceola has come back in the second half with a vengeance so far in this one. See, look at that. The officials, they were talking that over too. They were confused. We're all on the same page now. With 6:24 left to go, the Cowboys lining up the kickoff. Number 17, Cristiano Nogueras, up. The return looks like it's a good one. Number 34, Marcus Williams, trying to get the momentum back on the Hornets side. Pretty good gain there on the return. Gain of about 30 there for the Hornets. Taking that ball up to the 40-yard line of Bishop Moore. That's where they're going to take over. 1st and 10, now down 7. We're seeing whether or not that decision to not try and put any more points on the board coming back early on in the second half to haunt the Hornets. May settling in under center. One of the favorite formations. One wide out to the right. This handoff will go to Jack Ramsberger. He's going to look for the off tackle off left. We dropped just ahead of the line of scrimmage. Gain of about a half a yard, call it. Bringing up 2nd down and 9-ish.
Yeah, it was a long 9, I think, Chris.
Again, May go into the sideline, getting the play. Matt Hedrick wondering what has happened to his team so far here in the second half. Little over 6 minutes as the handoff goes again to Jamie Keys. That favorite formation there, getting him in motion right off of the snap. It's almost a direct snap. You're seeing May handle the ball, but he's not holding on to it for too long.
No, he's only holding on to it for a split second. It is very much akin to a Wildcat type play from the NFL.
So just short of midfield here, the Hornets, 3rd down and a very long one, almost 2. 4:57 left to go in the third quarter. This time another jumbo package. Handoff again to Keys, but this time he is stopped. Off of that left side. Think Bishop Moore has found anything that they're looking for on that left side? Again, trying to exploit a hole on the left side that just was not there.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get around the big defensive end using the motion and the off-tackle plays. But unfortunately, Osceola's got a lot more talent on defense in addition to the big defensive ends, and they've been able to stop it almost as many times as Bishop Moore's been able to get it to work.
So Bishop Moore, head coach Matt Hedrick right there at midfield is going to go ahead and think it over a little bit. They take a timeout with 4:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Down 7, 21-14.
Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Big-time momentum switch so far here in the second half. It's almost a completely different Osceola Cowboys team. They seem surprised off of that punt, not drop, but after that big loss on 4th down, they almost seemed back on their heels almost the entire first half after that. But they have come out. I have no idea what head coach Doug Nichols said at halftime, but his team has come out fired up, almost eclipsing that deficit in 2 plays.
Yeah, with 2 big touchdowns are in the first part of the third quarter, and now they've got the lead, and the momentum's all in their favor right now.
Bishop Moore keeping the offense out there. 4th down and 2 to go here. Again, Keys in motion. This time it's Ramsberger who gets the ball, and he's going to be stopped well short of the first down marker. Osceola is going to take over with good field position inside the Bishop Moore end with 4:04 left to go in this one in the third quarter.
Yeah, if the Osceola Cowboys drive down and score with this possession, Bishop Moore, I think, is going to be hard-pressed to make a comeback in this game because their play calling is conservative. They take a lot of time between plays on offense, and I just think that they're not really equipped to make a big comeback.
I have a feeling that head coach Matt Hedrick has heard you. He wants to try and stop this momentum right here. He calls another timeout as Osceola gets set there on 1st and 10 inside Bishop Moore territory at their 48-yard line. Not wanting to miss any opportunity. We're going to see if Osceola tries to jump on the Hornets right away. So far in the second half, it's been big gains that they are looking for. One on the ground, one in the air as they come set. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Bishop Moore. Again, Harrison under center, hands it off to Stephon McCray. Little conservative there, although that is how that big gain, that big 60-yard touchdown started for McCray earlier in this half. It looked like it was a nice conservative run up the middle, and all of a sudden, plenty of daylight. So 2nd down, call it a 3-yard gain on that one, up to 45.5-yard line. 2nd down. 1 wide out to the right, make it 2 wide outs to the right. 1 running back behind, Daquan Harrison. Man in motion is number 5. That's Jamie Keys. He's going to bring it back on the reverse to number 15, Dominic Lee. Both teams bringing out all the trick plays here in this one. Dominic Lee coming back from the other side. Men in motion, crisscrosses, reverses. We're seeing it all here tonight.
Yeah, that time they had Small in motion again, handed to him that time. But then Devontae Small pitched it on the, I guess, a modified double reverse.
And after all that, it's a loss on the play. So 3rd down and 12 as Harrison is going to look to go deep again. He's got a man open. It's number 3, Hassan Childs. Big gain for the Cowboys. Cowboys taking over at the 27-yard line.
Yeah,
gain of 23 on that completion.
And this is exactly what Bishop Moore didn't need to happen. They've got to find a way to stop the Cowboys and put a drive together themselves and eat some clock.
You can see they are not worried about the clock. They are right up on the line of scrimmage. Cowboys again on handoff. It's Stephon McCray. He is met with resistance.
Yeah, that up back handoff did not work nearly as well as it did earlier in the quarter.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. They're going to give him a gain on that. He does get a little bit of a gain on that play. So 2nd down and call it 8. 2nd and 8 sounds good. 2-yard gain for McCray in that last play. Again, it's a pitch back, but it doesn't go to him. It goes to number 5, Devontae Small, who is in for a touchdown. Off to the right. No one could catch him, and this second half has become a nightmare for Bishop Moore.
It absolutely has. 3 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. Just a disaster for Bishop Moore right now. They've really, really got to take the ball on this possession, work a drive, and put some points back on the board to get back in the game.
Osceola scoring on 3 straight possessions so far here in the second half. Each one being keyed by a big advance. We're seeing so far here in the second half different philosophy from the Cowboys. They come into this game. Last season, they completed 14 passes total in the 2011 season. Last week, Daquan Harrison completes 3 passes. Already he has 2 on this drive. So you can see maybe they're opening the playbook up a little bit there on the Osceola sideline.
Yeah, I think head coach Doug Nichols last year just didn't have a quarterback that could throw the ball and get the ball vertical. And in the offseason, he took Daquan Harrison, who was a wide receiver last year, and made him the quarterback. And I think he may be awfully happy with Daquan Harrison's performance at quarterback so far.
Well, when you got Stephon McCray rushing for over 1,500 yards in a season, you're going to keep that ball on the ground more often than not.
Yep.
So Osceola on the kick. Cristiano Nagaris. Ball being caught, returned by Jack Ramsberger. Gets it up to about the 25-yard line. I think they'll spot it just shy of the 25-yard line. That's where Bishop Moore will take over 1st and 10 with 1:25 left to go here in the third quarter. Now down 28-14.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier when they were up 14-7 and got conservative with the ball on that last possession of the first half. You know, we said they need more points.
They were going for a methodical drive there in that first possession on the second half. A fumble, swing of momentum, immediately the Cowboys jumping on top of it.
Yep. They've got to get something going here. They're in a lot of trouble.
So Bishop Moore changing again the formation. This time it's two wideouts to either side. May needing to pass, and it's complete to number 4, Trey Anderson. Danny May, knowing they're down 14, immediately dropping back to pass.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about that they maybe should have done in the closing minutes of the second half. I mean, the first half. You know, use the deep coverage that Hassan Childs seems to be giving to Anderson on almost every play. Make a quick slant, see if Anderson can do something with it.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Just short. Be 2nd down and 1 with 46 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Bishop Moore needing a big drive to stay in this one.
Hassan Childs still 9 yards off him.
May setting down under center. He's going to go deep. He's got a man open, and it's dropped. Trey Anderson wide open, incomplete. Danny May had his man with running room. Trey Anderson simply mishandling that ball.
He did, but I really, really like the coach's call on that play. It was 2nd and half a yard. Go for the deep ball. If you can get it, it puts yourself in great position or gets the score. If you don't, you still have 3rd down, very short to convert for the first.
It's almost like you played video game football against me. Here, Danny May looking on the keeper, trying to just sneak it over, get that conversion on 3rd down. Looks like he's going to be short. Depends on where they spot this ball. Nope, that's going to be good enough for the first down. Big time conversion for Danny May right there. I think that's why he went for it there on 2nd down. He knew he could just put his head down, square up the shoulders, go ahead and get that first down.
Yeah, most coaches have to believe they can always get a half yard if they need it. So that's why it was a perfect play to try the long ball. It didn't work that time, but I'll bet if they get 2nd and short again, they may try it again.
So wind the clock. 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Looks like Bishop Moore is going to go ahead and just play to switch sides. 2 seconds, 1 second left to go in the third quarter. That is the end of the third quarter, with the Osceola Cowboys up 28-14 over the Bishop Moore Hornets.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So not to over-dramatize this possession right here for Bishop Moore, but this has to be the ball game right here, right? They've got a big, long, sustained drive in mind.
In all likelihood, it is. It's a critical possession. There's only 12 minutes left as this drive has already ended the third quarter and brought in the fourth. They're down 2 full touchdowns, and they've got the ball right just past midfield. They've got to score here to put themselves in a good position.
They break the huddle to start the fourth quarter here in this one. They are down 14 points. Players switching sides. Bishop Moore now going from right to left. Looking to stay in this one. This time it's Jamie Keys over to the right side. He's going to keep the legs driving. Gets across the 40-yard line. Never gave up on that play. Very slow to develop over on that right side. Eventually dragged a couple of would-be tacklers with him across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and Danny May has only got 2 incompletions to his credit this evening, and one of them certainly wasn't his fault. I think they're going to utilize a little bit more of his arm here in the last quarter of the ball game.
6 yards on the carry for Jamie Keys on first down, so that'll bring up second down and 4 early on in the fourth quarter. Ball spotted just ahead of the 40-yard line. Second down for May. He's got one wide out to the left. This time, he hands it off again to that modified reverse. Number 5, Jamie Keys, staying in motion. He takes the ball for no gain. A lot of running, but no gain.
Yeah, he worked hard for that gain of 0 on that one.
So that'll bring up third down and 5. Just underway here in the fourth quarter, 10:41 left to go. Big time conversion attempt right here for Bishop Moore.
I noticed something, Chris. It looks like Osceola has changed the corner that's been covering Trey Anderson now.
After he was able to break loose, changing up the coverage, May with that one wide out to the right. That's Trey Anderson. But this time it's Jack Ramsberger who moves up the middle. But it's number 6, Brandon Baker, breaking up the play there, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Hornets. Is he going for that play knowing that this is fourth down territory?
I guess he was, but now he's bringing in the punt team. So I'm not sure what they were doing on that one.
Baker step for step with Ramsberger on that one. May looking to him anyway. But they'll bring on the punting unit. So that's number 17, Matt Finn on the punt. Almost blocked. He's going to run into the kicker. No flag there on this one. As number 9, David Stallworth. Nope, number 8, excuse me. Number 8, C.C. Smithson there on the return for no gain. Just falling on the ball there just over the 30-yard line. Right at the 30-yard line for Osceola.
I almost wonder if the head coach for Bishop Moore had called for a shorter pass play, but for whatever reason the quarterback couldn't hit the short man and thought he had a shot at the deep guy on that one.
So Osceola with a 2-touchdown lead. We'll see if they'll settle for that or they're looking to add on. This time it's Harrison handing off to Stephon McCray. He moves off the left side. Brought down at about the 38-yard line. 8-yard gain on the play. We're going to see whether or not Stephon McCray is going to take over the role as closer here in this one. Try and start chewing some clock. 9:41 left to go. Harrison again under center on second down and 3. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going big time, but overthrows his receiver. Incomplete to number 80, Josh Antoine. He was open, but Harrison overthrew him. Again, second down and short. We're seeing both sidelines taking a shot for a deep pass.
Yeah, I think with the ball being drier now that we haven't had any rain since we kicked the game off, I think they're trying to see what their quarterbacks can do.
So Harrison back under center, third down and 2. He's going to handle it himself. No, pitches it back. Number 5, Devontae Small. He's taken back, but not before he gets a first down for the Osceola Cowboys.
We may have an injury, Chris. Can't see. Somebody's down for the Cowboys. I can't see what number he is yet.
After we check on the injured player, ball will be just short of midfield, spotted at the 48-yard line. Can't see the player down from here right now. Everybody's still down on a knee.
Yeah, the Cowboys are pulling their players to the sideline. We may have a short break in the action. This injury may be one that the training staff needs to look at. Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
So it was offensive lineman Josh Phelps walking off the field with assistance. Looks to be a right leg injury.
Yeah, it was nice.
I would imagine we are not going to see Josh Phelps coming back.
Yeah. And it was nice to hear the Bishop Moore faithful giving a nice round of applause as he was able to get off the field with only a little bit of assistance.
Very true. Always good to see good sportsmanship out here. 9:06 left to go in this one. 1st and 10 for the Osceola Cowboys at their own 48-yard line. Again, it's the up back, Stephon McCray. He's found a lot of daylight right up the middle. Early on, they were able to stop him or hold him down, but he has come back in the second half, finding an awful lot of running room straight up the middle. That ball up to the 44-yard line in Bishop Moore territory. As that clock continues to roll, 8:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. Harrison back under center, wide outs on either side. McCray, the only running back, he gets it, and he's going to get enough for the first down up to the 40-yard line. Looks like the Cowboys are going to take very few chances here in this one. Back down onto the ground, keep that clock rolling, and sit on that 14-point lead.
Yeah, they took that one deep throw on the earlier, but that didn't turn out well for them, and there's no reason. Up 2 touchdowns with 8 minutes left. Keep it on the ground.
So Harrison back under center, 1st and 10. The man in motion, that's number 5, Devontae Small. Off to the right side. Good for a gain of about 3 on that one. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line for Bishop Moore. 7:42 left to go in this one. They're going to need a big-time stop. Bishop Moore does, and they need it in a hurry. Second down and 5. This time Harrison is going to keep it. No, he's going to pitch it. He was keeping it at first, but then he sends it over to Devontae Small. Dropped it briefly, then was taken down. Almost thought that was a forward pass from our vantage point up here. It looked like it was a little forward.
It may have counted as a forward pass had it been completed, but he didn't catch it and didn't matter. It was sort of a busted play in the end.
So 3rd down, call it 7 from the 37-yard line for Bishop Moore. More motion. This time is number 23, Ankiel Hamilton. You've been waiting for that play. You've seen him being faked to plenty. You were calling your shot. You were waiting for him to get his shot at the ball. He gets it. He doesn't get a whole lot of gain. In fact, a loss of 3 on the play. That'll bring up 4th down.
No, it was good strategy, though. They'd faked to Ankiel Hamilton so many times, especially in the first half. This time they actually gave him the ball in the hopes that Bishop Moore wouldn't be ready for it, but they were. They were able to stop him, and now it's 4th down. They've got a punt.
So eschewing the awfully long field goal, despite the strong leg of Cristiano Nigueras, they're going to go ahead and punt. So it's Nigueras on to punt here. Only one man back to receive for Bishop Moore. That's Trey Anderson back to receive. But we're going to go ahead and have a delay of game penalty. Overall, other than that personal foul penalty that played big time for Bishop Moore in the first half, we've seen, for the most part, the Hankies staying in the pocket.
We have, and it looks also like there's been a lot less activity after the whistle than there was in the first half. I have a feeling both coaches mentioned that to their team.
Well, Osceola caught with that personal foul penalty in the first half, contributing to a Bishop Moore score. Instead of taking it out after the whistle, You're seeing Osceola doing plenty during the play. They don't need to spend any time after the whistle jawing.
No, the second half's been 3 scores by Osceola in the third quarter, and then a nice long possession here in the fourth.
Has chewed up plenty of the fourth quarter. 5:46 left to go in this one. Here on fourth down, after the 5 yards were marked off, ball spotted at the 45-yard line. That's where Nagaris will punt. Snap, drop, kick. Back there, fair catch is Trey Anderson. He fields it at the 15-yard line, and that is where Bishop Moore will take over, down 28-14. Running out of time here in this one. We're going to have to see the back end of the playbook for the Hornets, right?
I think not only are we going to have to see the back end of the playbook, I think they're going to have to change their entire fundamental game plan in terms of how slowly they've been executing the plays from snap to snap in the previous 3 quarters of this game. They've got to move the ball faster.
You think Danny May coming in with maybe 2 plays at a time, maybe even 3 plays at a time?
I would think so. They've got to do something because they need 2 full touchdowns in 5:40.
May with 1 wide out to the right. Again, it's Keys to his right. Back on the double reverse. It's number 4, Trey Anderson. He's off to the left, and he is taken down. One man stopped him. And it was number 10, Makais Adams, who laid him down. Big gain for Trey Anderson. But he was tackled down inbound, so that clock is going to continue to roll. He gets the first down, but precious seconds ticking off of that clock. 5:07 left to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, Adams made a great big hit on Anderson to finish the play, but Anderson probably won't feel it after the speed he executed to get that first down.
1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. This time, it's the quick handoff to number 34, Marcus Williams. While he was trying to just get back onto his feet, being held by an Osceola defender, he gets pushed down one more time, but no flag on the play. This was some of that extracurricular activity we saw in the first half. We haven't seen in the second half. Revisiting a little bit. But the run keeps the clock rolling. 4:15 left to go.
Yeah, and Bishop Moore still doesn't seem that quick on offense. They don't seem to have a sense of urgency, and I think they need one, and they need one now.
Ball spotted at the 27-yard line of Bishop Moore. Down 2 scores. Here the handoff. Jack Ramsberger again trying to find some running room up the middle. Stopped for a loss here by the Cowboys. Again, more clock. Ball moving in the reverse direction for Bishop Moore.
Yeah, and Danny May still took his time walking slowly back to the sideline to get the towel, wipe his hands, and get the next play. I'm still not sure why they're not trying to be more aggressive with this clock.
Colton Yon back out onto the field. He had a 37-yard touchdown reception last week against the First Academy. We'll see if Danny May is looking at him again. It's Trey Anderson split out to the right. May back under center. He's going to keep it himself. Going to the left. He finds his man. It's Colton Yon, but it falls incomplete. The ball slightly behind Yon, but still a catchable ball, and he is frustrated.
Yeah, Jan had to spin around and try and get the ball that was behind his body. At a higher level of the game, you'd say the receiver ought to make that catch. In high school, that's a tough one, and he's certainly upset with himself. Hopefully the fans will take it easy on him. That's a tough play for a high school player.
He had some running room as well.
Yeah,
Daylight right there, just short of midfield.
Had he been able to catch it, he could have done something big with it.
So number 17, Matt Finn, on with the punt. That will go out of bounds at about the 42, 41, 40-yard line as they walk it off. 40-yard line, and that's where the Cowboys will take over with 2:52 left to go in this one. They are up 2 scores, 28-14 over the Hornets.
Yeah, right now everything's looking great for the Cowboys, and for Bishop Moore, they have got to create a turnover, and somewhere in the next 4 or 5 plays, if they're going to have a chance to come back and tie this one up somehow.
I think they're going to see an awful lot of Stephon McCray here in this one. You know, who we haven't seen in the second half, who was big in the first half, and big, I mean Ladarian Wilson big, the 200-pound freshman. He carried a lot in the first half, but after that fumble, we haven't seen him since.
No, I think the coach wanted to work on his possession skills for a little while. He's back in the game now, though. Let's see if he gets it.
Daquan Harrison hands it off to Wilson. He's dropped for a loss. Bishop Moore trying to stay fired up here in this one. It's about a 1-yard loss there on the play, but the clock rolls, 2:37 left to go. Cowboys taking every second they can, sitting on a 2-touchdown lead. Bishop Moore also using 2 timeouts here in the second half. They've only got 1 left. Harrison back under center. Again, hands it off to Wilson on the left side. This time he works his way for a gain of about 1 yard over on that left side. Bishop Moore ready for it, expecting it. They take him down with 1:56 left to go.
Yeah, I'd like to say that if Bishop Moore can stop them here, they've still got a shot, but unless their offense operates a lot quicker, they're not going to be able to get 2 touchdowns in a minute and a half or so.
Doesn't seem like the Cowboys are too intent on moving the ball all that far. They just want to work on the clock. 3rd down and 9. Harrison fakes the handoff. This time he's going to keep it himself. He's going to run around eluding tacklers, and then he's finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That's given Bishop Moore a little hope. 35-yard line, and they take their final timeout here in the second half, trying to save as much clock as possible. 1:25 left to go. Down 2 scores.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
Make sure you stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. We're going to have to pick our player of the game. Plenty to choose from so far here in this one, Earl.
Yeah, the offenses have spread the ball around for both teams, and this is going to be a tough decision for us, I think.
I think I have my choice. We have to confer, barring any last-second heroics here in this one. Brings up 4th down. 1:25 left to go in the 4th quarter. Osceola back to punt. It's Cristiano Nigueras. Punt is up. Trey Anderson back to receive. He takes it on a bounce, trying to make something happen here. He thought about clearing out, letting that ball just roll. After 1 bounce, trying to get good field position for the Hornets as they make their last effort here. 1:14 left to go. Down 2 touchdowns. Ball is going to be spotted at the 24-yard line of Bishop Moore. They've got to go 76 yards just to get the chance to get a tying touchdown.
Yeah, and they've got 1:14. They've got to get 1 touchdown. Then they got to get the ball back and get another touchdown.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's always a chance.
Bishop Moore breaks the huddle. Danny May again. 1 wide out to his left. This time he's going to pitch it to number 34, Marcus Williams. He's going to find some daylight back up the middle. Cuts it up to about the 37, 38-yard line. It's good enough for a 1st down. Momentarily stopping the clock. 1:05 left to go as the clock starts again. Again, it's Williams. He takes a quick snap. He's going to be pretty close to another 1st down. back-to-back. This is some of that increase in pace you were talking about.
Yeah,
Marcus Williams.
I'm afraid they started a little too late, though, but let's see what they can do.
So a mad flurry by the Hornets here. Just short of the first down. Again, it's Williams. He counters to the left, taking it back up the middle, across midfield, up to the 45-yard line of Osceola. That's going to keep the clock rolling. 38 seconds left to go. But we're going to stop the clock for the first down. They're going to set the markers and wind the clock again. 36 seconds left to go here. As Danny May brings a play in from the sideline. Again, it's Trey Anderson off to his left. He lines up, looking for him, wide open. Anderson, he heard footsteps. Number 6, Brandon Baker, coming to lay him out. Incomplete. But the clock stops with 22 seconds left to go. Second down and 10 from the 47-yard line in Osceola territory. A last gasp effort here by the Hornets.
Yeah, I think if the Hornets had started this pace midway through the fourth quarter, this game could be very exciting right now.
So it's May back under center, same formation, off to the left. This time it's Williams, Marcus Williams, with that same counter play. He takes it up. Gain of about 5 on the play, but 11 seconds left on the clock. May back down under center. Again, it's Williams with the carry. He slips. He's going to go down just short of the 40-yard line, and that is where time expires here in this one. So, there's your ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned to the PlayOnSports.com post-game coverage. That's going to be right after this break as the Hornets of Bishop Moore fall to the Osceola Cowboys 28-14. We're going to select our player of the game coming up next here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0, facing adversity, and they've really just turned the table around since game number 3. Set an attack, great block made back inside the Maverick zone. A chance there by Bosback back inside the Maverick zone. Ball attacked there by Bosback, a second opportunity by Bosback. Lip violation call. Winner. It's over the neck call. Oh my goodness! Bosback reached over on the attack. A Maverick error wraps up the title for the Presentation Panthers. A 15-9 victory in game number 5, and they wrap it up coming back from 2-0 down match-wise and take it 3-2.
36-35 and driving, and oh, baby! Shrigley with the jam, and it was with emphasis. And it's the foul, and listen to these fans.
Do you know who's standing up right behind us? Tony Bland, who is the head recruiter for San Diego State. I think he's drooling. Somebody get that man a napkin.
Quick score on this drive. There goes a handoff to Zeller, trying to go straight ahead, but he is met by Wall. Now he breaks out to the outside, gets across the 30, 35, on the right, 40, midfield. He's running down the sidelines. He's going to go all the way as he's at the 10, 5, touchdown. Patrick Zeller stood up at the line of scrimmage and broke out to his left to the far sidelines, and he was in a foot race, and he went all the way for the touchdown. Broke a tackle and made it nice and showed his speed as he got outside for the touchdown.
Back in the backfield to the left is Campbell. Hernandez takes the snap, play action to Campbell. Looks down the field. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to be hit. He breaks the tackle, rolls left. Now he's going to cut upfield. He's going to break another tackle, and then another tackle down the sideline. Gets a block inside the 5. What a touchdown! Hernandez goes 33 yards in spectacular fashion, breaking 4 tackles along the way, including 2 in the backfield, and Hilltop has tied this one up at 29.
Grant with a big, strong defensive rebound. He brings it back down the floor again, and another slam dunk. Jeremy Grant can run the point, and he can fly. Huge dunk, 2 big dunks in the last
Bullard
minute.
trying to close it out. Deep ball, up in the air, Cram. Bringing it back, Arbizo. Cram over in 3, free opportunity. Look for Rodabaugh, no, pass middle, Weimer!
Ball game.
25-19, Foothill wins it 3-1.
Because this kid has definitely proven that he can make things happen here in this ball game.
They will go with him. Bula Graft on a stretch run, just breaking tackles. The little man is in the clear to Tory territory. The 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Knights. What a run, the freshman, Bula Graft.
Ooh, I tell you what. There were at least 3 times on that run that he should have gone down or he should have been wrapped up. Missed tackles there cost La Jolla Country Day as Bula Graft, the freshman running back for Bishops, is able to take it in. And that was a determined run there, Andy.
So 1st and 10. Brandon Lewis in the shotgun. Has time to throw. And he'll fire, and he has a man diving catch. Did he hold on to it? He did. What a catch from Kendall Keys. And that may be the KBC Sports Player of the Week.
What a catch he laid himself out there, and a great throw, as you said. Read it nicely, did Lewis, and really caught his receiver on the go, and just kind of put it out there right on the outstretch of his fingertips. He laid out, and he made a catch.
1-1.
You know when a pitcher is behind an account and throws his breaking ball, he's feeling it.
The pitch is going to be fisted to second base on a liner, and the ball is caught by McGrew, and Valley Christian wins the game on a Cameron Stewart no-hitter.
Wow, what a way to go out if you're Cameron Stewart. A no-no in the championship game. If there's scouts out there, they had to be impressed by this young kid's velocity, control, and breaking ball all worked well today. He had it going for this Valley Christian team.
What a gem. He's going to give it to Tyree on an exchange against the zone, do a little 3-man weave. This is Tyrell back with it. Tyrell's going to go lob backdoor. Tyree Robinson with a flush.
Now that was nice. Very nice design play.
Uwaba back there. Bogart takes a snap. He's going to run the play. He's going to throw. He's got a man open at the 10. It's underthrown. It's incomplete. No, or is it caught? It is a catch. Wow, juggling catch inside the 5-yard line. Moliga. Was that Moliga pulling that one in? It is Moliga. Boy, that ball was deflected by...
Welcome back to Friday Night Football on PlayOutSports.com. I am with our player of the game, Daquan Harrison. Congratulations, Daquan. The Osceola Cowboys. You keyed that one possession there in the first half where you were able to keep it going off to the right. Talk a little bit about that play right there.
Like, just coach told me to just, in case, like, he's ready to run it. So I just listen to Coach Nick. Every time he tells me to do something, I just do it.
Now, it's almost a tale of two halves there for you guys in this one. First half, you seem to be almost flat-footed after that early drop on the punt, and then a totally different team at second half. What did Coach tell you there in the halftime?
We've been working on, like, being a better team. But, like, we always start out slow in the first half. I don't know why. We're going to practice on that this week. But, yeah, like, we just pick it up. We don't like losing.
You don't like losing?
No, sir.
Well, so far you're 2-0 on the season. Now, give you one more question. Which one do you like playing more, wide receiver or quarterback?
I like quarterback.
Yeah, I bet you like quarterback. You're standing up here next to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Congratulations, Daquan. We're going to be right back with more on our postgame show right here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0, facing adversity, and they've really just turned the table around since game number 3. Set an attack, great block made back inside the Maverick zone. A chance there by Bosback back inside the Maverick zone. Ball attacked there by Bosback, a second opportunity by Bosback. Lip violation call. It's over the neck call. Oh my goodness! Bosback reached over on the attack. A Maverick error wraps up the title for the Presentation Panthers. A 15-9 victory in game number 5, and they wrap it up coming back from 2-0 down match-wise and take it 3-2.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to
Welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. Earl, tonight, total tale of two halves. We saw Bishop Moore staying on top of things in the first half, slowing the pace down, taking a 14-7 halftime lead, and then Osceola came back with a vengeance in the second half.
Absolutely. Osceola came out as a completely different team after halftime. They scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter to take the lead and never looked back.
Osceola has got a tough schedule coming up. 3 of their hardest games coming their next 4 games. They're going to keep their momentum going. They've got they've got 2 wins so far here on the season. Bishop Moore starting 0-2. They've got to find a way to rally and come back and finish out the rest of the season strong.
Right. If the home team wants to win their division for the 4th time in a row, which they've done 3 in a row, they're going to have to figure out how to move the ball down the field a little better than they did in the second half today.
Yeah, they're going to have to move it a little bit faster. That's going to do it for our PlayOnSports.com postgame show, and we're going to wrap it up from here in Orlando, Florida. For our producer, Matthew Sardo, our videographer, Ashley Simpson, and my partner, Earl McDonald, I'm Chris Cause, saying good night from Orlando, Florida. Tune in to PlayOnSports.com for all of the information you'll need for scores, stats, and highlights. You can check out our YouTube channel as well. Go to youtube.com/PlayOnSports.com. So good night, everybody, from Orlando, Florida, here on Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.